Now it's time to give Orko a bit of a call. I haven't heard from him in a while since he returned to Trolla and such. So here we go. Oh, hello there. It's Eldor here from the Masterversal-Toyhunter. Welcome back to the channel, all you YouTubers and fellow Eternians. I hope you are doing good and having a good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. So I'm going to be doing a spot on a video call to Little Orko and see how he's getting on and so forth. So yes, I've not heard from him in a while, so I hope he's doing well. So I just borrowed Sorceress's viewing globe here, a little portable one she carries around with her. It's funny how technology these days gets smaller and smaller and what have you. Yes, a lot of wizardry going on there. Yes, I have to concentrate now. This is video calling in Eternia is no easy task, so it takes a lot of focus and concentration and whatnot. So here we go. Just flex the old magic hands there. You hear me, Orko, old chap? Is that connection clear there, as they say? Oh no, I think your image is breaking up there, Little Orko. Try and boost your magic, as it were. No, there seems to be a bit of a connection problem there. Oh no, we've got a new piece coming into the view there. Who's this fellow? No, I'm losing you, Orko. Oh, I think I should have asked Sorceress for a few pointers on how to use this little viewing globe here. Try our best. Orko, can you hear me, old chap? Am I coming in loud and clear? Oh no, I think I'm losing you. Orko? Come in, Orko. Can you hear me?
What is going on, everybody?
Good morning.
Good morning, man. We got quite the lively chat going on tonight. Sorry, a little bit late, everybody. We were just getting some things together. I had got some food shortly before the stream started. It was supposed to be ready, and it wasn't. So I was stuffing my face in front of these guys, and they just absolutely love just watching all of that. So
some people pay good money for that.
That's right. That's right. See, that's what I really need to set up instead of the Patreon. OnlyFans. That's what I need.
Osley fans.
Osley fans. There we go.
Awesome fans, and you get to watch them eat once a week, and it's whatever they choose you to eat, and it'll be awesome. Yeah.
Those characters of those favorites. Does that sound? And anybody kick start it whenever you are ready.
You want to go?
Sure, I'll go. So my favorite was also my first figure, and it was initially going to be the only figure I got. That did not hold well. He's got some mild swapping on him, but it is this guy Thistlethorn, the woodland goblin, aka known as Fuzzmonks. So he's my favorite. He's what you would call goblin scale 2.0 size, so it's the more slender build, shorter figure. And most of his parts are compatible with regular goblins, elves, like the vampire knights, the female figures and such at this point.
Right. See, that's one thing that I really do love about this line is the fact that they have these scales in between. And Brick, we were bringing that up a little bit on Toy Frenzy the other night about the scaling that they do and how proportionate it is. But it's nice to see that because, like, when you get Motu, especially fans of Origins, everybody's the same scale, pretty much. And I really was hoping that with that release, that Andre the Giant in the WWE Masters of the WWE Eternia line, we would have seen some interesting scaling options. But it seems like they've kind of retired that buck after that figure, and we won't be seeing any more of it, which is a shame.
Yeah. All right. So
you able to grab yours, Sean?
Yeah, I'm like, that was the one thing I didn't get to do before I came downstairs. So I had initially there was a pre-order that I jumped on first, and it was I think it was Advent of Decay, if I remember right. And I'll be honest, I don't remember the names of the waves like other people, I'm sure. It's the wave with so and so in it, and that's just the way I am about it. And it had Purplor and Krona. And Krona and Purplor both are Motu homage figures, which actually, just to give you some context, this is Krona.
Right.
The Trapjaw inspired character. And his bio made him sound amazing. So I was like, I actually really want this, because basically he's like a killing machine and cannot be stopped. He's like this inhuman killing machine, the way they set him up. I'm like, that's how Trapjaw was in my head, not the guy on Filmation, So I was like, I'm in on that one. But then I was collecting classics so much that I actually sold or traded those two figures, because I'm like, I can't justify starting a new line. I just can't. I'm gonna leave it alone, all this other stuff. And then I ended up winning an ice troll in a raffle on online, and I'm like, wow, I got an ice troll, and I had that with my master stuff. But the figure that got me and it hooked me really bad is this bad boy here, Rhaegor. A lot of people like to consider him their like Warduke tribute from D&D. And I always liked Warduke when I was a kid. Very iconic looking character. Well, my cats are fighting over there. But the thing is, like, he looks, to me, it's like when you look at him, represents a lot of the elements of what I think work about the line, not just, oh, he's a Warduke tribute. Because there is this, like, he feels like he's an adventurous character. Mm-hmm. He also has this the mysterious vibe going on because of that helmet and stuff, and just, I don't know. There's like so many things, but then I love that he's colorful. He's got the Superman colors kind of going on, the red and blues popping all over, but he's got black in there. And I know I didn't put his traditional shield on. This is actually just one I have on him, because when I first got this figure, he fell and the shield broke. And then I was literally in my basement at 11 o'clock at night, like yelling, no! Because he has the only shield that's different than all the other Mythic Legions. He has a dragon on his shield. Mm-hmm. And that is a clan, or that is a faction that they still haven't even gone into the lore of. He's the first and only of that kind, which made him special to me. And he's also a tribute figure, again, but he's actually a tribute to a fan who died. He Raymond Wu if I remember right. He died of cancer, and he was a huge Mythic Legions fan. And when the Horseman found out he died, they did this figure in his honor, and now this guy is one of the craziest ones to try to find complete. If you look on eBay, he's going for $300 to $400. Buy it loose. In package is a whole nother thing. So he is one of my absolute favorites, and he's the one that when I found him and I got him for such a crazy price, then I'm like, well, now I want to start getting more because he's like my linchpin figure, because I always have that, like, what's the figure that's going to make me go down the rabbit hole? This is the guy that did it, because I was like, if I could find him, all right, now we're talking. What are we going to do? Well, then the next figure that added to that for me is this bad boy, Adamant, the He-Man tribute.
Yeah. And
I did not get on the pre-order for this one when I found out about them in 2017. It was him and Keltis for the Skeletor tribute. And at the time, again, I was like, no, I'm in the classics. I'm just going to stick with classics. So I ended up having to go back and find him. But this is one that every time I look at him, I love. He's unique as well. Like, his boots are one of a kind compared to a lot of the Legions of figures that you'll see, because they did a mashup on that. And plus, I love that he has this weathered look about him. Yeah. And he has this almost like there's dirt and grime and stuff. And I dig it. He's another one that it's like, I love the barbarians. They're my favorite of the heroic factions. So he just like encompasses what I love. And plus, I mean, the fact he's a freaking He-Man homage. Why not? Why wouldn't that be one of my favorites? Because He-Man,
I agree.
Yeah, these are the ones that once I got those, boom, I just head first from that point on.
Just so someone was asking if they scale.
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
I was gonna ask that too.
So now the Masterverse one here, that does have one of the cat heads and the upper neck pieces, so it stands a little taller. But they're they'd be taller people in mythos. Even if it was just the regular head on there.
Sure.
But scale wise, they're not that far off. They would just be like a taller.
Okay.
Yeah, that question I was looking at what Danny was asking, and that's what I do. That's my shelf is Masterverse, sort of at its sort of in this new incarnation of my action figure collection. Masterverse really was sort of the center of it, and then it just was unfortunate that Mythic Legions worked so well that I had to start buying them, and they work really well. I mean, like you said, this would be a taller person. I don't know if you can sort of see, but of course, this guy's got the flaming head there, and maybe a man at arms. And I'm cheating. If you're wondering, these are not the original heads on the Masterverse either, but
that's a badass head.
That Duncan head is awesome.
I love that.
I agree.
This is
gorgeous.
The blue steel.
Blue steel. Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. Get them focused. Anyway, they absolutely work together, and at least they work really well on my shelf, and I love it. I love it.
Excellent.
Should I do favorites?
Well, I just wanted to say real quick here briefly that Sean was showing off the He-Man tribute figure, and that really did catch my eye with these early on. Was the tributes they did, and I was kind of starting to lean towards it, but again, I missed the wave, so I started to look into it on a third party market where I was just like, ooh, I don't know about these guys, because I mean, like, whoa, wait, what's this going on here? What's
It's the eye.
happening?
Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness, what is this? Oh my goodness.
God!
Eldor has joined us tonight. Eldor.
Sorry, I was looking in the crystal ball there. I was trying to give Little Orko a call on Trolla. But I think I've had a bit of a mishap here.
Just a little bit. Well, welcome to
Ostradamus
Toys Live.
How are we all doing tonight?
Very good.
We're doing good. It's great to have an Elder of the universe here tonight.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Pleasure to be here, fellas.
Well, I mean, we were just
So,
getting into talking about mythic
So
legions.
what do we got going on here? Sorry, I'm hard of hearing at my age, you know.
Absolutely. So yeah, we're just sitting around and we're learning all about mythic legions from Jesse Arnold and Sean Skvarna, and
Oh,
and
yes?
and Brick and I are just kind of getting our feet wet, getting into mythic legions here. So they've decided to jump in and teach us a little bit more about it, and the chat's loving it too because everybody's getting involved.
I'm sure they are.
You know, we got people jumping
Very
in and
good.
talking about their favorites as well. Eldor, do you
Oh,
do
yeah,
you
those are
have a
great ones.
favorite of mythic legions?
Favorite? Well, not a figure line that has crossed my paths as yet, but I suppose I could pick up a little fellow here to show. This is a custom Masterverse-Toyhunter here.
Koldar could hang
Oh.
out in Mythos for
Mhm.
sure.
So,
Absolutely.
yes, I suppose he's a bit of a tribute to the origins Koldar, since I wasn't able to get a hold of him, of course. So
Mhm.
I decided to do a spot of craftiness here and whip up my
That's
own
gorgeous.
little
Wow.
Koldar and
Yeah.
what have you.
That is fantastic. Well, great to see it. Excellent.
Very nice.
Excellent.
I'm sorry about the quality being all the way over in Eternia here. I think the time lag is affected somewhat, but bear with me.
Well, absolutely. And again, thank you for traveling all the way, even if we were a misdial here on the Eternia phone line here. But wow.
There's old Castle Grayskull there, so and that's where I am currently.
That's gorgeous.
Wow.
By the way, is the sound okay? Sorry, I realized that you were on the wrong things. Am I okay? Too loud? Too quiet?
I can hear you. I can hear you fine now.
You're
I
all
think.
good. Okay. Want
Yeah,
to make sure it gets all the way
It's
to the
clearing
end
up
of the
somewhat,
universe.
I suppose. Yes, I'm on the great eye of the universe at the moment. It's behaving itself so far. What?
The great eye of the universe. That's what I was trying to remember as you came
Yeah.
on. I've been learning a lot.
I
I had some favorites that I wanted to share, and I think it kind of opens up sort of what I love about this line, or what I love to share about this line, since Danny was asking about scale, and you mentioned this earlier. I love the fact that there is so much variety in Mythic Legions. And so on the one hand, more recently, we've gotten a little, this is Krotos.
Mhm.
I think, Eldor, you might be able to give him a run for his money when it comes to magic. This amazing sort of fawn, and you can sort of see his feet. I recently did a video about Animal Warriors of the Kingdom, and I'm a little tangent, but I'm really into anthropomorphic animals. So then on the other hand, you have this Shadow Equidron, and I think this was my favorite. Originally, my favorite was Archimedes, which is a Cyclops, and then I got this, and I'm like, no. And I love the sort of compare and contrast of these two sort of animal-inspired creatures, both with hooves, but very different scales, and they're really just, I think these two figures really just sort of show what's possible in this line. I mean, and there's a lot more too. I don't even have any trolls. I've got some trolls coming in from when they were recently re-released. But
I don't know about the old trolls there. Bit of bad
so
news.
just it's amazing what's here. And absolutely, we've got barbarians, we've got gladiator types, we've got humans, elves. I love that variety. And then, of course, the scale. And we'll get into a little bit more about sort of how you can switch these out, but I love that you can use all these parts on other figures and just kind of go with it. So yeah, those are the faves at the moment.